Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing video. This is actually another one of those unprepared unboxing videos that I have started doing. Now, as you guys can see on the title, this is the Corsair K70 RGB keyboard. I don't actually know if they changed the name to Corsair Gaming K70. I'm not sure about that, but this is the keyboard and it's not the US edition. Okay? Because they did actually release the keyboard like a month ago and everyone all around the world got all excited for it. And when we went in to actually check and order the keyboard, oh, it's only released in the US. You know, great job Corsair, announcing it worldwide that it's released. But it's finally out, and that actually come out a few days ago, and I did order it. It got inside the door like 5 minutes ago. So all I did was I grabbed my package, put it on the table, got my cameras, and now we're here. So this is the keyboard, and I have not touched it yet. The last video I did actually open it up and look at the product before I did my unboxing. Not really an unboxing video, is it? So I do have my faithful knife here, and I guess we're just sort of going to cut into it. I'm going to switch to the other camera now, so you guys can actually see what I'm dealing with. And I'm sorry if my webcam is not very good quality. I don't know what's going on with it today. Usually it's like super high quality. It's almost better than my camcorder. And today it is just not doing what I wanted to. It's just completely doing its own thing. So I'm just gonna cut off the sides here without actually cutting into the keyboard. That would be absolutely terrible. I would freak out if that happened. Got some tape stuck on me. All right, so this is the first packaging. This is just like, you have no idea how long I waited for this. Okay, I'm really excited. So it's like Christmas inside my head right now. So, okay, this is the first packaging. This is what the mailman brought me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this ugly thing, throw it back there. It's gone. And turn this amazing piece of hardware around so you can see it. I know the lighting is very poor on the camcorder. I know there's sort of a shine going on, but don't worry, when we get the keyboard out, the reflection is going to be gone. I can actually bring it up for you guys to see. Yeah? Now, this is actually the brown key edition. So I did actually wait for it, you know, Cherry MX RGB brown, because that's what I think I want. This is actually the first mechanical keyboard I'm ever ordering, so I'm kind of excited about it. So I don't know, should we read the package first or what should we do? Okay, so it's, well, okay, no, we'll just open it up. I'm not very, okay, let's open it. So they did actually change the logo, which I don't like, because I actually thought the other logo seemed a lot more professional, but this one seems more like, I don't know, like a kid playing video games. And I do play video games, but I also use it for other things. So I would much rather have this universal logo that would work with everything other than just gaming. But what can you do? So I'm just gonna open this out. I don't know what to do with this thing. I'll put it here. All right, so we have the package here. This is the actual second package that looks very much like the first one I just opened up, but oh my God. Ooh, listen to that. Okay, how do we do this? Oh, okay, that thing came up. So it's very cold. Well, I guess it's because the mailman just came with it, so it's still sort of freezing from the outside cold. How do I do this? Am I supposed to break the package? I think I'm supposed to break the packaging. Okay, hold on. Don't drop. I swear, that would be absolutely annoying. I'm not cutting anything if I start cutting here, alright? Okay, I'll just rip it. I got muscles. I can do this. Opening it up here. Alright. Oh, there's a manual popping out. I'll just put that over there. I do not have very good coordination for this sort of thing. Come on. Alright. Is that everything? That's everything. Good. Alright, second box. Go. Okay, so this is the keyboard, and oh my God, it has a really nice, thick, braided cable on it. I did not expect it to be that thick, which might be good, might be bad, because if it's really thick, means that it's not very flexible, but it does protect better. Just gonna get the tape off the bottom here because there's actually a piece of tape sticking up. I don't know if the angles are all screwed up on my camera. I just had to listen to it for a second. Like, you guys might be able to see a lot, or you might not see anything on the camera. I'm not sure. I'm not really looking at the camera. I'm looking at the keyboard because I'm too excited for it. Ah, come on. There you go. All this plastic, I swear. I mean, it is to protect the keyboard when I get it, so... Wow. Listen to that. That's amazing. Oh, okay, I thought there was a scratch for a second, but it was actually something weird, like a piece of wood. Okay, check it for scratches. There has to be no scratches on it. This is my first mechanical keyboard. Okay, I think it's good. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it. I should probably zoom in with my camera a little bit here so you guys can actually see what's going on. Let me just adjust it there for you. Okay. This is brown switches, like I said, so I don't know if they're supposed to be very loud. I think they're just supposed to give you a little bit of feedback. Oh my god. If you know what I was playing on before, I played with the Razer Death Stalker, I think it's called, which is membrane keys, and not just that, they're like super low to the ground. Like, they're really, you can't hear them at all, which is great when I do recording of gameplay and that sort of thing. But they just like don't feel like... It feels like you could snap that keyboard in half in like a second, and this one is like completely sturdy. Oh, gotta love those keys. Okay, so this is the keyboard. I'll put the packaging aside here, and I figured right after I take this little thing off, the logo, because there's a piece of plastic on there, I figured you could actually try and plug it in. That would actually be kind of nice, wouldn't it? Oh, wait, got one more thing that I didn't show you guys. I did actually take it out. We did actually get the wrist holding for the keyboard. How does that snap into place? Because that is very important. I do use wrist support, or whatever that is. It's comfortable. That's all I need to know. There we go. Ooh, it's so exciting. Okay, let's plug it in. Now, one thing I do want to mention before we actually do plug it in is that it does actually have two USB cables. Back and forth here. It does have two USB cables, which is one is actually for the keyboard and one is for the lighting power, because it does actually need extra power for that, which I don't mind. I have plenty of USB spread out. And another complaint about this keyboard, like one of the cons about this keyboard was actually that it doesn't have like a USB output into the keyboard, which, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in this keyboard, so I guess they figured it was more important to actually, you know, actually get the stuff working that people actually wanted from this keyboard rather than one extra USB. So I'm fine with that. I got plenty of USBs plugged into my computer here. Just gonna plug this sucker in. That was one thing. What was that? Oh, right. Probably I should plug in the keyboard first. There we go. And it already lights up. That's amazing. Okay. I didn't even plug in the second one. Ooh. I just hit the microphone, didn't I? Okay, so this is actually the keyboard. I don't know if you guys can see it properly. I do want to change my camera angle a little bit, so you guys can actually see it properly. Okay, so after playing around with my camcorder for a little bit, this is the perfect angle I thought I would show you guys. Now, do keep in mind, it is very much daylight outside, meaning that you guys won't see the keys as much. I could actually try and turn down the curtains. It's actually very dark outside today. And actually, is it actually working now? Let me open up a writing program. I'd like to know if it's actually working already. Something is definitely not working here. Oh no, it's working now. It's working. It just took a few minutes. Okay, it is working. I can write my name with it. Okay, fantastic. This way. So now we will actually try and open up the software, I guess, and do something with it. It is lighting up right now, and as you guys can see, it does have the WASD buttons lit up in white, as well as the arrow keys, and the rest of the keyboard is basically just red. Now, the great thing about Corsair is that you can actually go online and actually just download other preferences that people have already made with the keyboard. And I did actually already install the software. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get right into it here. So I did actually mess around with the software for quite a bit, and I did actually download a couple of examples that would be really cool to show off. And I figured, I would just sort of show where I've gotten to with the software, so far, at least from what I can understand, and then I'll show you guys the examples. So when you get into the software, I mean, people made it sound more complicated online than I actually thought it was to get to know the software. There's basically 4 menus up here. You have profiles, action, lighting, and settings. Now, inside profiles, you can actually create different kind of lighting, so you can actually save more than just one different light, and that sort of thing. So you can, for example, say, okay, I'm playing Battlefield or something like that, and you can, create a profile called Battlefield, and down here you can create some different modes, depending on if you're a sniper or, a melee fighter or whatever you are. You can actually switch between these modes using a button on the keyboard. So, you can, well, at least the buttons can be set up on the keyboard so you can switch modes and that sort of thing. So, so you can actually do quite a few things in here. You can actually just go ahead and click whichever button, so like drag and hold, or, hold shift and just select everything. Like, you can do a bunch of stuff here, and you can select, as you guys can see when I click up here, it selects all, and I can actually change the colors of all. I can select just the arrow keys, the WASD buttons, or the F buttons, or space, which I've set up myself. Now, what you can also do, other than just, change the lighting, of course you can do effects and that sort of thing on the keyboard. And I'll actually show you guys, because I did actually already do something to the keyboard. If I click a button now, we get ripple effects going on. And it doesn't matter where I click, it's going to come up from where I'm clicking, which is really cool, I think. And that's actually something you can set up by just going up here. And then, when you have a profile selected and going down to type lighting, and you can either do the ripple effects by clicking multiple keys, or you can do single key where you click one key and that one key lights up for a certain period of time, and then it just goes back to normal again, which is really cool, I think. It might be a bit too distracting with the ripple, so I might change it to the single key one, who knows. But I'll actually, you can also do actions in here, which basically when you do something, like let's say I click plus, it'll do a whole bunch of actions that are really cool. Like, you can create all kinds of color patterns, which are the examples I'm going to show you guys of somebody actually doing something really cool with this. I haven't gotten enough into this to actually do something, so the reason I actually downloaded someone else's. Now, we also have the lighting, where you can go in and you can actually do lighting patterns, which you can actually create in here. And just sort of like, you create a lighting profile that you just drag onto your keyboard inside profiles here, and it'll change the colors and that sort of thing. Then we have the settings, which is the basic setup. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the profiles that I actually did download. I have 3 different ones. The most boring one is the one called Payday 2, which is, well, it's not boring, but it's not that interesting either. Let's see if I can actually get it going. I did actually manage to crash my program, or like the software here, which is the first time I've done so. But I do hear there's a lot of bugs going on with the software, and they will probably fix it in the future. Hopefully they'll fix it. So I cleared the keyboard, and if I go ahead and click this one down here, you'll see that we have some lights going on. And again, this one was the one that I said was not very impressive. So I'm going to go ahead and go up here. I'm going to select the one called Equalizer, and just go ahead and play it. That is freaking awesome. It's like a light system. I can just sit here and stare at it all day. I think it's amazing you can do stuff like that with a keyboard. Okay, so if I show you guys the other one, the last one, it's actually really cool also. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's actually supposed to be like a Mario mushroom. Just go ahead and play it again. I think it's so cool. I can actually just make it keep popping down with mushrooms. Well, you can do a bunch of stuff, and like I said, this is just like scratching the surface of what it can do. I've not really looked into it that much. I've only had it for less than a day, so but it's so cool. I really like this keyboard. I did actually test it out, so I can give you guys sort of an impression of the keyboard itself, like not looking at the colors and all that. Now, like I said, it's the first time I've ever had a mechanical keyboard, so I didn't really know what to expect. And I did actually end up buying the brown switches because it was recommended to me, and I did actually test out the brown switches. So I wanted to make sure it did not have too much of a, what do you call it, like too much of a click sound, because it would go into my microphone when I play a game. And I had to make sure there was actually something I could use for other than gaming, like typing. So the brown switches are actually supposed to be good for typing, which they are. I've actually tested it. And inside a game, it feels amazing to be using mechanical keyboard. I'm not talking about this keyboard in particular. I bet any mechanical keyboard feels a lot better than the membrane keyboard I used before, which now I see was a bad investment because, well, mechanical keyboards are better. So, well, I think it's really cool. Just look at this. Amazing. Okay, so I did actually find out when the software crashed that you do actually need to have the software on to actually get these effects going on. I mean, the keyboard will still work, but in order to get all the lighting effects, like the keyboard will also light up without the software, but the effects and all that are all controlled by the software. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this first look and opening video, and please do leave a like if you liked it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.